Hi guys, it's Mana Reads. I hope you all are having a great time or a great evening wherever y'all are. So this is a special video. I had done another show and tell video before, and y'all seem to enjoy that, so I'm gonna, do it again. So if you guys keep liking them, I will keep doing them. pretty simple. So today I actually just wanted to briefly kind of talk about the books that I personally enjoy and would recommend you reading, if that is, your choosing. Also the books that kind of shaped me growing up too, being a queer kid, not really having a lot of resources at my disposal for the time. So, just kind of the things that helped me cope with a lot of the issues that I was dealing with. But also, just that have still, made me, want me to be a writer and things like that. I will also be linking my Wattpad account so you can read some of my fan fiction. Also, I am going to be drinking. Because I'm an adult and that's what I want to do. Anyway, so the first book that I kind of wanted to talk about is actually something that I'm going to be reading on the channel. Spoiler alert. It's Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation. So actually, I had seen the series before that was based on this. It's called The Untamed. If you haven't seen the show, I believe that it's still on Netflix, so you can definitely check that out. And I think it was on WeTV for a while. I think it still is. But the reason why I decided that I wanted to read the novel, not just like watch it, well, it's because, when I was watching the show, I really enjoyed it. But I enjoy like wuxia dramas to begin with, and so the fact that there was one that had like, obviously, male leads was, something that intrigued me. But more than that too, it's about kind of family, like the family that you kind of make on your own. And Wu Ying, he has like two families, right? So he has the first family that he grew up with, and then he has a second family that kind of he created. And it goes into a lot of different themes of like, what does it mean to be a good person? Sometimes what you think is right isn't always that case. And there's a lot of like moral gray areas that it explores. And so I'm very excited to read it, and then also, to read it on the channel, because I think it's going to be really good. And the show was amazing. There was, it was just great. It was a great show. And I'm pretty sure the book it's going to be even better, because there's probably a lot of things that they couldn't cover in the show that they cover in the book. But I don't really like comparing the book and the show, because it's like, they're two different mediums. But, I'm definitely looking forward to this one. Then the other book is not, it's not a queer book, but it is something that is it is a book that is very near and dear to my heart. It's Eragon, the Eragon series. If you haven't read it, it's also really amazing. You can see the binding because I've read it so much. Eragon is about a boy who, it's a typical hero's journey where, he grew up in a farm. He's, very unspectacular, and then all of a sudden he he sees a dragon egg, and kind of the adventure kind of goes from there. And it is about growing up. It is about learning responsibility, and it's being about, not being the perfect hero, but rising to the occasion of, of being responsible and being like the one in charge. And Eragon, it's just one of those books, it definitely, I would read it every day practically. It's one of the first books that I read, like really one of the first fantasy books that I ever read. And it's still really good. Like, it still like really holds up. So I definitely recommend, if you're a big fan of fantasy and dragons and elves and things of that nature, definitely pick this up, because you're not going to be disappointed. It is a large book, but it is worth it. The other thing that I wanted to the other book that I wanted to discuss is an author that's very near and dear to my heart. You know, she helped me get through a lot of things when I was growing up. It is Anne Rice, Rest in Power. She really formed a lot of my youth. I first read Interview with the Vampire. This is The Vampire Armand, so I think it's like, I'm not sure I remember that. Hold on. I have the book in front of me. Why am I guessing? So this is like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is like the 6th book in the Vampire Chronicles series. Also, I highly recommend the Vampire Chronicles series. It is really good. There is kind of a little bit of like gay undertones, you know, with some of the vampires, or all of them. I don't know, depending on who you ask. But it's also really good. You know, when I was reading, and I was, you know, a kid basically, probably reading Anne Rice when I shouldn't have. She really got me through a lot of things, and it made me realize that, you know, the darkness is not anything to be scared of. It's just something that's a part of you, and you can learn how to deal with that, you know, in a healthy way or in a not healthy way. Her characters are all super flawed. No one is obviously perfect, and you know you end up rooting for Lestat or whoever, mostly Lestat, because, you know, he's such a brat, but, you know, he has this kind of quality in him that you kind of like want him to do well, no matter what he's doing. So I highly recommend the Vampire Chronicles. I definitely recommend this a lot. The other book I want to recommend is called The Life of Pi. I haven't seen the movie. I know this was made into a movie, but I didn't see it. But I read the book, and it is also just so inspiring to me, because it gives you a lot of life lessons, and it kind of teaches you that there's things in life that you may not be able to control, but you can control how you respond to them, and how you kind of deal with, you know, some of the negative things that happen in your life, that they don't have to destroy you. And if you're strong enough, then you're able to kind of move past it and find a better way forward. So I definitely recommend this. The Life of Pi is basically about a boy whose family runs a zoo. However, there was an accident at their zoo, and they were being transported basically, and they were on the ship with their animals. However, there was a storm, and the only ones that made it out were the boy and, you know, some animals. However, ultimately, he was the only one left with the tiger that you see in the front cover. Spoiler alert. But it kind of deals with that journey, and, you know, what he had to deal with, or how he managed to survive, you know, being stuck on a tiny boat with a tiger. It's really good. The other thing that I wanted to show you is more fun. It's really silly, but I bought it and I'm not sad about it. I just haven't had time to color it in, but maybe I will. Maybe if you guys want to comment and, you know, say color a page, I'll find some time to do it. Or maybe, I mean, I kind of already did, but it's bad. See, I kind of colored this page a little bit. Basically, this is a yaoi coloring book. I bought it on Amazon. And I saw it one day when I was purchasing books, and I was like, I need to color in pretty boys. So I bought it. It's really silly. But you know, I haven't really dug into it very well. As you can see, it's very plain, but they have really nice coloring pictures. This one I think is my favorite. This one for sure is my favorite. I don't know why. I think it's the hair. I'm not sure, but anyway. So if you want to pick this up, this is on Amazon too. You know, if you want to have some fun in coloring. You know, coloring is supposed to be like very therapeutic as an adult. But I don't know. But anyway, that's it. That's my show and tell for this week. I hope you all enjoyed it. And yeah, and so if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. My other videos will be up on the screen somewhere. I'm deciding not to point because I'm not sure where to point. But they'll be here. Also, there's different ways to support me. There's actually 2 different ways to support me. You can buy me a coffee. The link will be on the description below. There is something that I would want to have for the channel, and just to make, you know, everything look more professional. I want a screen to cover the background of my house. You know, just to make it look better, you know, just to make it look good. And then you can buy all these books on Amazon. I will link them with my affiliate link down in the description box. That helps support the channel. You don't have to do anything else if you're going to buy some books. Anyway, you can go ahead and plug in. If you don't want to buy any of these, you know, then, you know, you can use my affiliate link and I will get some extra money from Amazon. I didn't even drink on camera. Anyway, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you all have a good night. Bye!